Why are we here in this human life? So the Purushartha, we said there are four of them, which is very quickly we will say it was the Artha, Kama, Dharma and Moksha, right? So Artha, very simply put, it is just the goal for objects. So you want a house, you have a house, the job, etc. It comes under Artha. And like the basic needs, basic objects are not wrong in themselves. Like in the Maslow's hierarchy, we have like the basic needs. So they are fine. But when the goal becomes Kama, that is of desire and sensory gratification, that is where the complication comes. That I want more and I want, it doesn't stop. So that is Kama, right? We think that the objects are giving us happiness and we have the desire to get the objects because we feel it gives us happiness. This is the basic concept we all have. And we also know that we want to run away from pain and we want to go towards happiness. So that is why we are pursuing all these objects. So now if we analyze like the happiness, what kind of happiness are these objects giving us? So for example, take a sweet, like for example, any sweet you like, maybe laddu. So you eat that sweet, right? So you, what do you say? Whenever I see a laddu, I feel very happy. You want to eat the laddu. So you eat the laddu. The first laddu is very divine. And second laddu is good. Third laddu is okay. When you come to the fourth laddu, it starts to taste bitter. And the fifth laddu you can't even eat, you have a stomach pain. So first point, what did it prove to you? That object, it gave you happiness, but it is not everlasting. The same object, you think that the laddu can give me happiness. This laddu can be very sweet, then in the fifth laddu can be very bitter. So point number one is this happiness is not everlasting. What is the second thing? Your birthday is approaching, so you plan for a meal in a very fancy restaurant. So all your friends and relatives are there. You have this wonderful time. You take pictures. So for 2 days, you talk about it. You post it on Facebook. You tell your relatives and friends what an amazing time you had. After 1 week, you totally forgot about it, and you're waiting for the next birthday, or you're waiting for someone's birthday. You're waiting for another invite. So the second point of that happiness, what did it prove? It is not absolute. It first was it is not everlasting. The second was it is not absolute. Okay. And what happens? The third, what is the problem with this kind of happiness? Okay, in case of an achievement, so what do these Olympic people, they say, oh, I've achieved the gold medal in this and a silver medal in that. It is not wrong in itself. So when you see some of their interviews, sometimes they will say, you know, I got all this at the cost of my family. I got all this at the cost of my health. No pain, no gain. So these are the kind of words you will hear. Oh, to get one thing, you must lose another thing. So what does it show? These kinds of happiness comes mixed. Happiness and sorrow, they come mixed. So that is the third concept of this type of happiness. And the fourth type of thing is what? It is enslaving. How? You are used to air conditioning in the house, or you are used to domestic help. Okay, your domestic help doesn't come because of COVID. You're sad, you cannot function. Why? Because you're enslaved to that. So these four are the problems with the Kama and Artha. So what is Dharma then? Dharma is slightly better in that it tells you to act. Do the right act is Dharma, which is going to give you the right fruits. And to do the bad act is Adharma, which is going to give you the wrong fruits. So Dharma is like a bridge. It can help you with Kama and Artha. If you do proper action, you will also get good results, good objects. So what you enjoy in this life, you think it is coming through the objects. It is not actually coming through the objects. It is a result of the dharma that you have performed. You have acted in the right way, and that is coming in the form of that laddu or gulab jamun or the nice friend you have or the nice house you have. All that is because of the acts you have done through dharma. So dharma helps to attain objects also. Dharma also tries to help you attain moksha. Now, what is moksha? That throughout this Bhagavad Gita we are going to see. But what our scriptures are saying is, oh people, oh poor people, You are all running after these objects and you have desire for these objects. But there is something which is everlasting, absolute, and it is pure happiness and it is independent. So please go after that, which is always constant. You don't have to keep changing your status from happy to unhappy. So go after that, the moksha. So what is the point of being here? First of all, to know that there is some fruit like moksha, which is hanging there. Many people, we don't even know when we are going about in this world from pillar to post. Oh, there is something else that we can achieve in this life rather than titles and the money and the house and the children and their education and so on. There is something else in life. The goal of our life is something else. We are thinking it is something, but actually it's something else. That is point number one. And the second point is to know what that fruit looks like. What is it? What is it? First of all, what is moksha? You come to know. And what does it look like? Like how, what will I feel like? So at least you know about it. So in that way, you will develop a desire towards moksha. So in the sense, we are saying don't develop a desire. So, but why should we develop a desire for moksha? Because if you develop a desire for moksha, then the other desires will ultimately die down. So that is why we have to develop a desire for moksha, and by doing such activities, we develop a desire for moksha, which is the ultimate happiness that we don't know yet. But in course of time, we have to realize that all this is not going to give me permanent happiness. Because why? It is not everlasting, it is not absolute, it is mixed with sorrow, it is enslaved. Why do I want such a happiness? I don't want it. Even though it appears to be happy, I think I am happy, but really I am not happy. Okay, so that is why what we have to keep reminding ourselves.